Delicious Twitch streamer Quita, aka Malaysian Quita. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Sin TV Late Night Edition. All right, guys, we're gonna be playing through some D3 here, and guys, can you believe I'm in Act 5? Like that went like that real quick, really quick, like 0 to 100. Yeah. So I really appreciate you guys coming in yesterday. It was a blast. But guys, today's topic, I'm going to put it right off the bat as a disclaimer. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a professional. I am talking from experience. Guys, this topic is a juicy one. And what we're going to be talking about is like overall, are video game geeks as well as Star Wars fans narcissistic? I know. Let that seep in for a second, okay? So we're going to be talking about that. Also, Train Crashers has finally been released worldwide, and later on in the stream, this was another interesting story to me personally as well, is I'm kicking off the podcast critic, and I have a juicy, nice, interesting podcast for those of you who are fans of Guild Wars 2. Plus, I know this is a triple double decker of juiciness stream today as well, guys. We're going to be talking all about the newest season of Diabolic Lovers. I can't wait to get into it. I love a good reversal harem. Maybe that's just my dream. I mean, what girl or what woman wouldn't want tons of gorgeous looking guys talking to her, right? I mean, okay, maybe it's just me. Hey, we got a viewer on the stream today. Hey, what's going on? I appreciate you being here. And my friends, it's gonna go down. This topic is a topic that I've been wanting to address in regards to how I feel about the geek community in quite some time. And part of me here, guys, I always do this here. I gotta get my like hair out of like my headset here. Is never a cute thing here. Adjustments, but hey, this headset is getting more comfortable and my hair. Okay, how do I look? Sexy. Okay, so let's play some D3 here. Let's go talk to Tyrell. Alright, so yeah, that's a good reason. Like, why are we moving around for no reason? No, I'm kidding. But guys, I tell you, this topic today, our juicy topic, something I always wanted to talk about. Are geeks and video game geeks narcissistic people? Are we really self-centered people? Like, that's something that's always kind of blown my mind, you know, for quite some time. But let's get into some riot talk, because I got, what the heck was that? I hope that wasn't a bad BO stain. My gosh. But oh, so horrible. But my friends, let me tell you what happened. So after the stream yesterday, right? Oh, well, interesting. So all right, so this is the Zakarum Cathedral. We're gonna have some fun in here. Whoa! Yeah, that's what they all say. Why does everyone want to take my soul? What the heck? No kidding. Okay. Guys, this is no joke here. Yes! Yes. Okay, so we got the Souls of Westmark here and a palace chain, which is always a good thing. But I tell you, my friends, I woke up. So after I finished like my 3-hour stream, right? I was like, yeah, let me set up my alarm. Let me get all, you know, sexy, go to bed. Yes, I'm sexy when I wake up and I'm sexy when I go to bed. Just a FYI. No, JK, guys. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to bed, set my alarm. Everything should be good. Guys, I crashed and I burned. And I ended up almost being like, what, 15 minutes until it was time for me to go to work. And my mom just kind of bum rushes into my room, right? And it was so funny because she was just like, I don't know why you sleep deep like that. And it's like, shouldn't I be sleeping deep? Like, if I'm not sleeping deep, I think that might be your problem. That means I'm not getting good rest. So I must have slept really, really well. And then I forgot to, like, what I do is every time I finish my stream, I upload it to YouTube so you guys can check it out. YouTube.com/SINTV now is the place to be. And my friends, it was crazy. I passed out. After when I went to work today, guys, let me tell you, pardon me here as I get some water. It was exhausting. I had to deal with the most ratchet person today. She, like, oh my gosh, this lady was ridiculous. And she pissed me off. Oh, we got a clever Benstio of agony. But yeah, this lady was crazy. She was inconsiderate. She pissed me off. So my whole day was ruined. So I was like, you know what? Let me come on, see all the sexy people here on stream, because you guys are all looking good. Let me tell you, because if you look good, you feel good, darling. That's one thing I believe. So let's continue the journey here. All right, so we got to continue to talk to General Toron about what to do here. But guys, it pissed me off. It was such a rough day for me, and I was just like, I missed you guys. I'm like, I'm gonna come on, even though I'm gonna get, you know, I'll probably keep this to around maybe 2-3 hours of being on stream. Pardon me here for touching my mic. But guys, it was really a rough day. I mean, it was just like I was dealing with angry people all day long. And I'm sure for many of you, you know, who work, nothing sucks more when you have a day when you're dealing with difficult ass people. And that was my day. And like, no one appreciates what I do. I swear, like, people, I sometimes feel like the people that I work with think I'm basic and I have nothing to contribute. It can suck. So that was pretty much my day, guys. I came home, and then, okay, to kick it off here, I found out that Diabolical Lovers has a second season, and that's what I'm watching now, and it is amazing. It is called Diabolical Lovers I think it's like New Blood. Yeah, New Blood. The guys in the second season, my friends, look, I don't care what people may say. I tell you, my friends. Okay, so we have to find this Soul's Crucible in Gillian's Way. So we got this barricade. All right, let's kill some stuff here. This typical Diablo fashion. But guys, let me tell you, I looked at this new crew of guys that, oh my gosh, they were so gorgeous. Oh, I was just sitting there drooling. And I know some of my, some of my audience may say, like, what? Okay, I totally had something on my forehead there. That was weird. But that's how it goes, right? But man, people will say, oh, that's weird. You think cartoon characters are hot. It's not that. It's just, hey, I can appreciate handsome features. I'm just saying. And these guys are like super mega hotties, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Well, oh yeah, of course. There's nowhere for me to put that item, like usual. So, guys, I tell you, they're so good looking. But okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with Diabolical Lovers Season 1, I know there's going to be some spoilers here. So, if you are not into spoilers, my friends, you may not want to watch this stream today. So, man, I am getting some serious lag today. There's a lot of people playing. But no, so this is what Diabolical Lovers is about. It's about a young girl, she pretty much is taken to this house full of vampires, and they treat her pretty much like a slave. It's horrible. And they just like sit down and like, they all love her, which is, of course, it's a reversal harem, but then they like drink her blood like all the time. And the thing that makes me laugh about this particular anime is like, she barely eats, but she has so much blood to give. Like, it's weird. It's so weird. It's such an interesting show. And when I found out that it was the second season, you know your girl had to watch it. So, guys, the episodes are like 12 minutes long. It's a really easy watch. I mean, it's kind of like the show I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying. It's the same thing. It's just a really quick watch. But those episodes where I can't understand what my husband is saying is like 5 minutes. So it's quite impressive, not gonna lie. But guys, hey, chat's open, so if you want to talk to each other and have a good time, that's what this stream is for, my friends. But yeah, it was awesome. Like, it's such a good show. It's really quick to watch, you know. If you really like vampire anime, that's one thing about me. I am a sucker for vampire anime and good-looking guys living in a vampire anime. So, you know, and my friend was like, "You're so weird. You like vampires?" And I was like, "No, vampires are awesome, man. Their sex appeal is okay."
Out of room.
Yeah, I know I am out of room. I'm not surprised. Alright, so we got some new lore, but we didn't click on it, but that's alright. Alright. So I gotta tell you guys about Diabolical Lovers, just to give you some more details. So it is a Japanese visual novel franchise by Reject. It was first released October 11th, 2012 for the PlayStation Portable, or PSP, and thus far, here's the thing that's really interesting about the game too. It's been remastered for PlayStation Vita, and then they also, well, they released it as like limited like V editions, and then it brought a 12 episode, well, two 12 episodes animes, which is really great. So there's Diabolical Lovers, and then there's the new Blood, and they also made a play for Diabolical Lovers, which I'll have to check out too. I mean, for me, I wish I could check out. That'd be great. And that came out in August of this year, which is pretty sweet. And so the main character, you know, it's really sad though. Her name is Yui, and she just, all these guys are just so crazy, man. They like all want her, you know, well, her blood, of course. But yeah, it's a really great series, guys. I highly recommend it. It's like 23 episodes or whatnot. Like 24 episodes, I believe, for the first season. And then the second season is 12 episodes. So if I'm incorrect, I know you guys will correct me anyway. But guys, it's such a great series. I highly recommend it. And if you really enjoy that vampire comedy, you know, mystery, and reversal harem, I love reversal harems. Like, harem anime is just hilarious to me, like, period. So, yeah, I really, really like it. Whoa, we got a Reaper of the Dead here. What the heck? That really caught me off guard. I was not prepared for that. I was just like, wow. Alright, coolio though. But yeah, nothing else much has been going on. I mean, I've been working on, I haven't had a chance to work out today or the last 2 days. I've really been slacking really bad, which I gotta catch up on Monday. Just because, like, guys, when you work after the holiday, you're exhausted. And you also get exhausted when you're dealing with rude people. Oh my gosh, dealing with rude people who they talk down to you and stuff. It's super annoying, my friends. And let me tell you, here's one thing. Make sure when you get a job, guys, that it's something that you really are passionate about if you can, and it's something that you enjoy. Because nothing is more annoying than having a job that people treat you like crap. And you feel like crap when you leave. Like, there are many times where I don't look forward to going to work because of the drama, you know, with some of the people that I have to deal with, and some of which we're going to be talking about today, some of them can be a little narcissistic. And let me tell you how hard it is to deal with people that are self-centered. I cannot tell you how difficult that is. Alright, let's get rid of this one right there. Alright, let's keep rocking and rolling here. But yeah, like, as you guys know, I'm on this process of having like better wellness, and I feel so much better. And let me tell you how much sexier I feel. And I'm gonna keep it up, guys. I'm not gonna allow myself, because I really allowed myself, to be honest, I really did let myself go and get like super ugly. And for me, I'm all about being hot. Okay. Ha ha. Whoa, I got all these monsters just sucking me in here. Jeez. Well, Summoner of the Dead, yeah, they're not playing around. Alright, let's see here. Let's get some more Wraith here by destroying. You get more Wraith by destroying your enemies, which is always a good thing. Whoa, pardon me here. What the heck? There we go. Alright. Whoa, let's see. Where am I going here? Alright, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I forgot. I'm like, I have something called skills. Might want to use that, perhaps. Alright, let's get that relevant archer. Man, this is a very, like, deep map. This map is no joke, man. It's a very, very serious map. Oh, destruction. Always a good thing. Alright, but I hope you guys really did have a good holiday. I mean, for me, all I did was I put my big girl sweats on and I ate food till I got sick. I ate like, it was so funny, guys. Like, I ate like I never ate before in my life. Oh my gosh, it was insane, but it was, I enjoyed, see, for me, I take pleasure in eating my food, okay? I love having a good foodgasm, okay? Like, when food tastes crappy, okay, where the heck did that come from? Okay, there we go. It was crazy. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Okay, here's something I briefly want to talk about. I'll probably make a separate kind of non-streaming video episode about this, but I want to talk about getting like your for example, gaming peripherals from China. I don't know why so many people have a problem with that. Like, my gaming mouse is from China, and that is what I'm using right now. So here's my 2 cents on this. I feel like as long as it works for you and it works with your budget, who cares? And you know the thing I find interesting too is that a lot of the stuff, whoa, a lot of like my gaming peripherals that I've gotten from China have lasted me pretty well. Like, the durability has been pretty decent for me. Like, my keyboard is the Poseidon Z RGB keyboard, and I remember that Linus Tech Tips, he did a review on the Poseidon Z. I don't think it was the RGB one, but yeah, I mean, it works really well. You know, I mean, to me, I'm not gonna go out and spend, you know, for example, like $130 on a keyboard. That's absolutely insane. Oh, so we have here V3 port with collectiongamingnetwork.com. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Ooh, I like that. I have a lot to say about that. Oh, you guys are so naughty, but I like it though. I do. I'm a naughty woman. Okay. Oh, you guys are probably like, this girl is straight up crazy. No, I have, you know, we all have our naughty side, you know. I was definitely on the naughty list this year. Oh my gosh. So we have Shut the F You Kill. I think that's how you say it. I appreciate it, like always. Alright. See, I always do this, guys. Okay, let me turn on my notifications, because I always do this every doggone time I'm on. Okay. So, I'm going to turn on my notifications. I'm going to test it out. Pardon me here, guys. Okay. There we go. Alright. I always do that. Oh, gosh. Classy. But no, I appreciate that comment. That's very rare. So, I grr back to you. Oh, man. You guys are a bunch of fun. What is this tomfoolery known as the lag? Lag, I say! I think I'll do that every time I get lag. I mean, lag, I say! How dare ye have lag? Not good time, my friend. Alright. There we go. And also, too, just as a disclaimer, guys, anytime you see a link in chat, One thing I do is I don't click on them. Just gonna let you know, I don't click on them. Because if I don't know where it's coming from, I'm not clicking on it. That's just how it goes. Alright, let's see what's in this catacomb of Section S here. Whoa! Look at this fine bunch of monsters here. Always a good time. Here we go. Yeah, I haven't played D3 in quite some time. I will be getting back into Civilian guys as well as Onigiri, because Onigiri is really cool. You guys had some funny comments on the my YouTube channel. One person had mentioned that the game doesn't have jiggle physics, so that's why they stopped playing it. I thought, yay, we got another friend in here. Friends! That's my 80s rocker voice here. I got friends in my stream! Just like that. Always a good time. Yeah, you guys are naughty today. I'm liking it though, it's really nice. It brings vigor to the chat, you know. It keeps me going. It's provocative. Alright, so...
Not yet.
Da 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 da. Okay, there's me like running like a biatch. Pardon me, guys. For some reason, I get so like sweaty. I don't know why. Hashtag curvy girl problems. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's check this out. Alright. Get those provisions. I like that. Oh, thou hast get provisions. Alright, let's see, we got an exorcist here, and some other weird, random enemies here. Alright, let's get some of that gold. Good old gold. Alright, let me let my hand rest here for a second, guys. My gosh, all this clicky. Alright, let's get into this main juicy topic of the day, guys. This is coming from independent.co.uk, one of my favorite places to read some news like always. Star Wars fans and video game geeks more likely to be narcissists, a study finds. If you score highly on the nerd engagement scale, you are more likely to show signs of neurotic behavior. Okay, so for those of you, here's the thing I like to do. I always like to look up definitions before I break something down. So what is a narcissist? This is coming from dictionary.com. So it's a noun. And it's a person who is overly self-involved and often vain and selfish. And there are some people who actually get pleasure out of being narcissistic. Interesting, right? So they get pleasure off of being vain and being kind of self-centered and selfish and over-absorbed. And there are pros and cons to that. So we'll get into it. Urban Dictionary also defines a narcissist as excessive love or admiration of oneself, and that sometimes people can consider, if you overly indulge in that makes you kind of selfish. A lot of times celebrities get named as narcissists just because they, you know, people feel that they put themselves on such a high pedestal. And some celebs too, they act like they're better than everybody else and they become kind of subhuman. So some people think of narcissists as people who are above, you know, what people would consider having an admiration for oneself. So that's pretty much what that is. So the thing that was really interesting about this article is that the study, and here's some key things from it, okay? So those who take part in geeky events are more likely to have an elevated grandioso level of narcissism, according to a study that was conducted by the University of Georgia. Psychologists who examined the personality traits of those who turn to geek culture, developing a geek culture engagement scale and a geek identity scale to help quantify the figures. It was found that those who scored highly on both scales were more likely to narcissists. So the subjects are scored on a scale of 1 to 5 depending on how often they take part in activities such as live action role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, cosplaying, puppetry, robotics, and enjoying things such as video games and Star Wars. Writing in the Public Library of Science One journal, Jessica McCain, the scientist who led the research, said, "Geek culture is a subculture of enthusiasts that is traditionally associated with obscure media like Japanese animation, science fictions, and video games. However, geek culture is becoming increasingly mainstream. In the past year alone, New York Comic-Con and one of the premier geek conventions in the United States attracted over, guys, this was crazy, 130,000 attendees. And these cons, guys, are only getting bigger and bigger. It's like absolutely ridiculous. And then they go on to say, our findings suggest that geek media is especially attractive to narcissists independent of demographic variables. The research was conducted across 2,354 people attending a science fiction and fantasy convention in Georgia. Those behind the study said that the findings were conclusive in establishing a link between those who scored highly on the geek scale and those who showed higher levels in neuroticism and non-clinical depression. So, here's a couple of problems that I have in regards to this study. First off, the thing that they did was they went to a geek convention. That is, to me, completely biased, because it's like, that's like me doing a, okay, let's say I want to do a study on interracial relationships, and then I go to an interracial, like, let's say an interracial symposium. That's going to be a biased study because you're only looking at one variable. I think the thing they should have done is, okay, you go to cons, right? And here we're back in Gideon's role here, guys. So let's say, oh, we have Urazale's journal. That's sexy. Okay, so let's say that you know, I wanted to do a study on, like, yeah, interracial, like, unions. The first thing that I'm going to do is, yes, I would go to symposiums kind of focusing on the subject matter, but I would want to be, if I really, really wanted this to be a very qualitative study, you know, because I think sometimes people focus so much on quantitative that the, you know, the numbers and the statistics, that they don't work on the qualitative. And I tend to sometimes, of course, lean more qualitative because I like to immerse myself in the experience and the study that I'm doing. So, for example, okay, so we have to destroy all these corpse piles here. What the heck? Oh, okay, we gotta go down here. Sexy, sexy. Okay, so for me personally, guys, I would look at interracial couples outside of the element of symposium, because there is going to be a lot of favoritism when you go into an environment where the main focal point is going to be focused on geekery. Now, if you really want to see if there is a possible correlation between narcissism and geek culture, then you want to look at geeks of all different experiences. Maybe, you know, geeks that are at home, you know, and maybe, you know, geeks that are very social. And then, you know, because geeks are all over the place, and we, you know, some of us are very social, some of us very antisocial. So there's a little bit of everything to me personally. Yay, we finished the quest. But I think to just put one variable to me is, and then I was also kind of curious, more details about the actual geek scales that were used too. You know, because if I was going to do, let's say I wanted to do a geek study, you know, on this thing, like I would say not narcissism, but like kind of maybe talking about like diversity and geek culture. I'm not only going to just talk to African or African American people. I would talk to Asian people. I would talk to Latinos. I would talk to maybe people who are biracial, you know, people who are more than one culture. So, you know, I just kind of felt that was one of the biases of the study. Hey, we got the wizard in the room. The wizard with his magical powers of destruction. Oh, gosh. But no, I mean, that's the problem I have sometimes with studies, is that, and that's where a lot of the stereotyping of geeks comes from too, is that people do assume that we're all narcissistic, very self-absorbed people. But here's the thing, when you are a geek, in a little bit of a way, you are a little self-absorbed. It's not a bad thing. Is when it comes to your hobbies. Like, if you want to learn about anime, you've got to immerse yourself into the culture. If you want to learn about video games, like for example MMORPGs, it is a very immersive and it's a community-based experience, and you have to be a little bit absorbed to understand it. And that's why geeks tend to, you know, surround themselves around other geeks. I mean, that's just common sense, you know. I just feel like this is like an article and a study once again that's trying to make geeks look like, you know, we're kind of very cynical people. And are there geeks that do, you know, that are very selfish and stuck up and self-absorbed? Of course, that can happen in any community. But I think what is important to note here is the fact that they brought up Star Wars. And there will always be this ongoing debate about which is better, Star Wars or Star Trek. And see, for me personally, I grew up with Star Trek. I can't say for me that Star Wars is better because I haven't immersed myself in Star Wars enough to kind of come to a decision on which, quote unquote, which one is better. But for me personally, I mean, if I got into Star Wars and I got into Star Trek, I would be pretty neutral. People can say I'm a hypocrite for that, that's fine. But I mean, I'm the type that I can have passion in multiple types of geekery. I think often another issue, kind of tying it into the article too, is there's this kind of expectation when you're a geek to like certain types of geekery, and that's it. There's like a cutoff point. And for me personally, like, I started off with Star Trek and anime, and that was kind of like my gateway. And then all of a sudden, I ended up kind of immersing into other things. Like, I started learning about these type of games, like MMOs. And here's the thing too, especially if you're new to geekery or whatever, you know, don't put unnecessary pressures on yourself. You know, yeah, the video game stereotype. Where do I even begin with that, Wizard? Let me tell ya. You know, it's just sometimes our community is a two-way street. Non-geek people or people that are not even a part of the community, they tend to judge and assume that we're all kind of creepy losers or whatever. And then on the flip side of this, you know, the people who understand geek cultures or even other geeks, we're like super judgmental to each other. You can only like a certain type of geekery. So if you like Star Wars, you can't like Star Trek. If you like Star Trek, you can't like Star Wars. There's no room for neutrality, because for some reason in some geek communities, there is hypocrisy if you like one over if you like both, pardon me. So if you like both, like me, I'm a hypocrite. Or the number one thing that I get to that I think is absolutely hilarious is people saying that I look too normal to be a geek. Like, you look too normal. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so like, people really, I'm telling you, my friends, non-geek people, not to even be like that, to kind of create separatism there. But you guys know exactly what I mean. It's really funny how people kind of live into these stereotypes. And then you also have some media too to kind of tie in with the discussion too. Alright, so we have to break this sarcophagus. I thought it would be really cool to have a coffin bed, man. That would be really sweet. I saw one actually, I saw a picture of one. I was like, that would be really cool. I would want the one that like Sarah's Victoria has from Hellsing. That would be pretty sweet. Hey, we got 4 people in the room. What's up, my friends? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here. So we're playing D3 for those of you who are not aware here. What the heck is this? Oh, okay. That's some kind of belt or something. What the heck? I was like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. I totally got... Yeah, there's a lot of ailment statuses in this game, guys. Yeah, I don't fit in my look, people tell me I look like a normal geek. You know how stupid that sounds? Like, people, like I was saying before, they really live, some people really live into the hype. They think like we all smell bad and, you know, we all just play certain things, you know. But then sometimes there are some parts to blame too a little bit with our communities, is because some of us do, you know, give other people these expectations. So I try to promote a positive geek lifestyle and letting people know it's okay to wear makeup, or, you know, it's okay to be yourself. Like, you know, it's okay to be, you know, presentable. And I think the other thing that's important too is in certain elements to be professional. And on top of that, we need to learn how to, you know, also spread the community in a way that's not super creepy. Let me give an example of that. Like in certain aspects of the anime community, where, you know, you go to an anime club and they show this really awkward anime that I don't blame people for not going to anime club. So this is not me trying to blame the whole community, because of course I can't speak for the whole community, because there are so many different subcultures within the geek community as a whole. But I just sometimes feel that it's okay to have some normalcy. You don't have to be extreme with your geekery, because sometimes what that can do, and I've seen that from my experience of going into different types of anime clubs or different types of clubs that have some type of geek-centric focus, is that you want to kind of make the community in a way where it's open for all. You know, I think it's important to do that. When your community becomes too inclusive, that's when you start getting the stereotype, and, you know, it's annoying. And don't even get me started on the racial problems, because no one wants to admit that. You know, when you are a geek of color, in some instances and some conventions, even myself that I've been to, and I've only been to a few, yeah, I would get stared at. And let me tell you how much that would piss me off, that, hey, I'm here just like you to see some of these amazing voice actors that we love and enjoy in the shows that we watch. And it really disheartens me when I hear people of color across the board say, you know what, I'm not even going to go to a convention because I feel that it's for white people, or I feel like it's not for me, or I feel like I'm just going to kind of stand out. I mean, there's so many people of color who won't cosplay because of the negativity that's associated with it. And guys, let me tell you how much that pisses me off. So let's see here. Okay, so yeah, that's true though, man. I understand, Wizard Man. You know, sports, that's a very dicey area, because if you are playing sports, the automatic stereotype is that you are part of the jock and bra culture, or bro culture if they want to call it that. And I can feel your pain a little bit. I don't, play sports, and I won't lie, I have a love and hate relationship with athletes, because there are some athletes, and for me, I come from the student affairs perspective, from I would say from the educational sphere. There are some athletes that do piss me off, where they're coming from the place of, they're like, well, I'm an athlete, so therefore I have privilege, and everybody above me is better. That's one side that I've kind of dealt with. On the other side, and the counter argument of that, is there's people like you that are very decent, and you enjoy sports, but then at the same time, you're kind of dealt with this kind of unrealistic expectation, and people think that they can define you because you play sports. And yeah, that, man, let me tell you how much that pisses me off when people stereotype me like that. Or as soon as they find out, they're like, oh, you're a lady gamer. They think I play like some, Cookie Mama or something like that. And don't get me wrong, Cookie Mama is a fun game, but don't think that I'm dumb like that. You know, like, I do take the time to research the games that I'm playing. I may not know every single little detail, but I at least take the time to kind of understand the culture that's around me. And I mean, a lot of times that's why some people of color leave this community. You have to get to the point where you cannot care what people think. You know, it's hard to do, I won't lie. But let me tell you guys, it's a pain. Sometimes I get so sick and tired of people being like, well, you don't look like geek. You don't look like geek. Well, what the heck does a geek look like? Like what? I'm supposed to have Poindexter glasses on and hyperventilating with an inhaler? Like, come on. The days of Revenge of the Nerds are over, man. Yeah, it's really annoying, my friends. I can't tell you how much that pisses me off. Heck yeah, Urizel, we whooped your behind. Sucks to be you. But you know, one thing I try to do is, you know, I try to make people feel open when they come. You know, like when I was in an anime club in my undergrad, that was the first thing I would do. It's like the first discussion that you would have, for example, in an anime club, or even if let's say you have a gaming club, is you want to make sure you're picking games that would help to build a community in your college or high school or whatever. But the problem is that some people, and let's be honest, they can be self-absorbed and self-centered, or they let the position go to their head. Let's say they're president or something stupid like that. For me, I feel like if you're gonna be a leader, be an open leader. Be the type of leader that you can step down from your soapbox and be able to give other people a platform to grow. There shouldn't be any jealousy in a geek-related organization because we already deal with a lot of crap from the outside world, right? And they think we're a bunch of weirdos and stuff. So I just think it's important to have that open platform. So when we would have, you know, anime club, I would always stress that. I'd be like, guys, don't play some weird anime that people, you know, may give us that we're freaks eye. And don't get me wrong, people are gonna judge, you know, whatever they feel, but sometimes we do cause the problem, you know. I mean, like, I'll give an example. Like, we were I remember it was a while back, you know, they picked this anime that was just really absurd, and I was just like, guys, come on, like, this is crazy. Like, why are you picking a show that, you know, people, it's not going to help build a community? Like, this is a show for us, like, super otaku people, and that's what made it awkward. It's like for the super otaku people who, like, get it, you know. Hey, we have Raven Honey. Hey, girl, how you doing? I think that's as black as I get. I am the whitest girl ever. That's what everyone keeps telling me, though. It's really funny. It's like, you know, when you talk quote unquote proper as a person of color, people automatically assume that you're trying to be you're trying to be like white or something, which, you know, I talk to a lot of my white friends about that, and we laugh about it all the time. I just think it's absolutely hilarious when people think that I am trying to be white, when it's like me, I'm trying to be me. So Ravens Honey, how you doing? I like the name too. You have that's a cool username, man. I love it. But no, seriously, it gets on my nerves. It's like, why should we have racism in the geek community? There should be zero racism. There should be zero ageism. There should be zero sexism. And there should be just, because to me, it shouldn't be that way. Because if we're constantly dealing with being called freaks, being called outsiders, don't get me wrong, the community has normalized because I've talked to people who were a part of the geek community before it was even a community, okay? And let me tell you, we need to give props to the people who suffered for us, who got beat up, you know, who, you know, they went through a lot to get where we are, you know. Yeah, I am new to streaming. I've been streaming, what, like, maybe a month now? Half a month? But, you know, Yay, we got more black people on Twitch. This is good. Let's not be ratchet to each other, right? Because I swear, that's what people think, man. They think like, you know, all black people, like, you know, we're a gimmick, you know. We're only, like, some of us are only here on Twitch because, you know, we're trying to be the black girl, you know. It's like, come on. It's effing ridiculous. You know, and you know me, guys, I keep it real on this stream, so this is a mature stream, so I'm gonna talk maturely here. But you know, we're a geek community. You know, there shouldn't be. I mean, do you know what kind of discrimination sometimes that older people go through? You know, or mature gamers. Like some of us don't want to be called mature gamers, right? Like some of us actually just want to be. We're gamers, you know. And if we do want to use the title, that's fine. I don't mind. If people call me a mature gamer, that means I have mega sex appeal. But yeah, it just makes me laugh. You know how people, you know, they come up with these studies and you know, they just kind of jump the gun about what they think the geek community is. And I mean, I understand the purpose of the study, but on one side of it, to understand sometimes certain parts of geekery, you have to be a little self-centered. It's not you being a dick or something. It's just you gotta immerse yourself in the culture. Okay, there's so many mannerisms and things that, you know, that you learn from taking the time to actually learn it. It doesn't make you, you know, a dick for that. But then on the flip side, I won't lie, I've met dicks at conventions. And it's in a certain period of time, it made me stop going to conventions because I don't like being stared at. I know I'm black, I know I'm African, I know I have big boobs. That's fine. You stare, that's okay. You know, but you know, oh, Raven Honey, thank you so much for hosting me. I am very grateful for that. I really appreciate it. Why are you in talk show and not Diablo 3? Okay, so here's why. I'm gonna explain this for everybody so we can get this all clarified. Okay, so the reason why I'm in gaming talk shows is because when I would say that I started off, okay, let's get the history out of the way here. So, you know, we're all family here, so we can, you know, I'll talk about get the deets and all the details of the deets, as the young people say now. But I started off in Dungeon Fighter Online. I was playing Dungeon Fighter all day long. It was insane how much like Dungeon Fighter Online I was playing. And then I started kind of building a little bit of an audience from that. But one thing people get annoyed at, and this is just, maybe it's just a Twitch mannerism for all I know. Pardon me, guys. People get irritated when you talk a lot and you put yourself in the category known for the game. Like, so if you say that you are playing Diablo 3, then you had better be playing Diablo 3 and talking about Diablo 3. You can't, like, people are that anal retentive sometimes, you know? So gaming talk shows, that's why I kind of looked at it. I was like, you know what? I do talk about various topics while I'm playing my game. I treat this like stream kind of like a talk show, so that's the reason why I switched over to gaming talk shows, was because I felt it was a better, you know, demographic for that. And here's the thing, Ravens Honey, let me tell you, when I started streaming, nobody came in my chat, but hey, I talked like there was 50 million people in there. And I mean, the thing that people, and this is the thing I always tell people about Twitch, is people say you have to have this exaggerated personality. To me, I feel like people want realism, and maybe some people want a persona, and maybe some people like that, because everybody who is a Twitch streamer has a different community, and there's gonna be different people coming in your chat. I mean, I get people in here being real crazy, you know, being like, they'll say the most absurd thing, but I enjoy that, you know. And then sometimes some of my regulars, like the Wizard, for example, will, you know, they'll be like, oh my gosh, it's acidic in here, you know. I'll have like some other people like Adam Asor and like so many, like Mano Eater and stuff. See, I remember you guys. Like, I'm not the type to be like, oh, it's someone new. Like, I do take the time to understand the people who come here regularly as well as the people who are new to the stream, you know? So I really take the time to treat my audience like my family. That's something I personally believe in, because I think a lot of times it's very easy to fall into that personality thing, you know, and your chat is just a place for people to just, you know, vomit tomfoolery or whatever. But what I'm noticing is my chat is very intellectual. The people who come in here, you know, are not always on some BS. Like, they actually come here because they have something, or they see something maybe interesting in me, or maybe it might be the topic, or maybe, you know, they just heard. Sometimes people have heard about me from other people, and, you know, I appreciate everybody that comes in here. Even the people who want to be a dick, that's fine. I am the queen of dicks. Did I say that? No, I'm kidding. But I just enjoy having a good sense of humor and playing games. Am I the best player in the world? Absolutely not. Like, I am not the best player in the world. I just like having fun, and that's why I think people like coming here, and because they feel that they can be themselves, you know, and that's what I do. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Oh, you've been streaming it for a while? That's good. You just have, the thing is, you just have to have patience, my friend. You know, if, like, what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna follow you as well. And yeah. And oh, dude, Wizard, I have not been to a Comic-Con yet. That's my dream. That's what I told my friend. I was like, that's like the first date I would ever want, would be at a Comic-Con. That'd be so sweet. Then I know he would be the one if he, like, took me to Comic-Con. But hey, it's an expense. Like, Comic-Con is not cheap, you know. There is some coinage that goes with that, you know. But I mean, the thing I always tell people is don't go to a MegaCon right away, unless it's something you really want to invest in. For me, I start local, so I go to my local cons. And then that's how you start to kind of learn about the community in your area. Like, for me, I noticed that the community in my area is very segmented. And people just are very particular about who they hang out, which you could say is about any, you know, that could be anywhere. But like, for me, I like to hang out with the people who are generalists, you know, people who like a little bit of everything. You know, they have geek interests, but they can also talk about things outside of that. You know, I consider myself someone like a Renaissance woman, and you know, I dabble in a little bit of everything. You know, I enjoy my video games, but I don't try to play the same type of game, because, and here's the thing, Twitch is kind of like that. There are people who play the same kind of game, you know, because that's what they want to do, not knocking that. But then there are some people who are generalists. They play a little bit of everything. And there is an audience for everybody here on Twitch, okay? I get tired of people, you know... Oh, really? That's cool. Oh, really? That's cool. See, but here's the thing. Like, black people are kind of mixed with me, though. I had to address that on my other channel. Is like, I literally had black folks telling me I was not black. They said I was a coon. My favorite thing that they call me, though, is a white devil worshiper. Because, like, for those of you, of course, who are regular watchers know, you know, I like white guys, I like Asian guys.
I can't
you know, I like multicultural men. I do. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, deny who I am. But it pissed sometimes a lot of my own people off. And I just decided that I can't fit into my own community. Like, I really tried to be a part of the African and African American community, and I realized that I am not black enough. I'm not. And I just, you know, and people say I'm racist too, and I'm like, okay, if you say I'm racist, that's your own opinion, and, you know, and you gotta have tough skin, guys. When you become an online personality and you start, you know, putting a webcam with your stream like what I do, people gonna be on some tomfoolery. So I mean, to be honest, like at first I used to really like be like that. Like I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this person is a turd and they're saying this to me." You know? Oh yeah, people call me the N-word and stuff like that. I have a good time with it, you know? Like when people say, like I always joke and say when people say negative things to me, it just turns me on more, and then people just get creeped out and I don't hear from them again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you know, yeah, it's really frustrating. I don't know what to do with black people. Like when we sometimes see each other, we don't say hi. You know, there's that awkward stare, you know. And then, you know, there are different types of black people, which is stupid, you know. Like I've been called, you know, black bourgeoisie and stuff like that, and you know, cuz I don't sound black, which is stupid. Like what is sounding black? What is sounding white? Like people are people. Like I'm not gonna sit here, you know, and be one of these absolutionists and only like certain types of people, you know. And I mean, for me, like growing up, I grew up in a very multicultural, you know, type of environment, but I also grew up around a lot of white people too. So sometimes my own people will say I'm a sellout, even though I am going to school for multicultural education and I believe in social equality. But I'm a sellout. You know, that's just how it goes. Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, I give up on my own community. I hate to say it, but it's frustrating. You know, when you're trying to get black acceptance, it's so effing frustrating. And I was stressing myself out. I'm like, my gosh, I'm giving myself wrinkles trying to be a part of a community that doesn't even give me the time of day. So I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to represent for the people who feel they are underdogs and the people who feel that they're just trying to be themselves and they don't allow their race to define who they are, and they don't allow people to put limitations on their potential. And that's what I'm going to do when I, you know, get into different aspects of the educational system. I want these young people to know that it's okay. You can be black or you can be white or whatever, and you can like metal and you can like whatever you want to like. Like, I'm not going to sit down and let people define me anymore. I spent way too many years of my life on some BS on that, you know? Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay, so you completely understand then. You know, when you like for those of you guys, like when you grow up in an area that's not the city, you know, it's hard, you know, and then when you do go to the city and then you meet some of your folks, or you know, city folk, or whatever people, whatever terminology you want to use, then these people say you're a sellout. But it's like, wait a minute, I'm coming back to the city and I'm coming to the community and I'm buying food and doing all this stuff and talking and having fun. Like, you know, I don't know. This moving on up, like when you move, quote unquote, moving on up, right? People take that to be really negative. Some people, you know. And for me, I encourage black people, whoever, you need to have the best life possible for yourself. And that does not make you a sellout. If you want, you know, let's say if some of you guys have children or something like that, you want your kids to go to a better school system, heck, I don't care. If that school system is in an area that is maybe not the most diverse, whatever, I'm gonna put if I do decide to have kids, I'm gonna put my kids in the best doggone school system, period. Okay, and that's just how I feel, because I just don't want to raise my kids in an environment where they get limited, or you know, they get teased for some stupid stuff like being a geek or something like that if they decide to go that route. You know, I just want my children to be in an environment where they feel comfortable to be themselves. And isn't that hard sometimes? It's hard. It's very frustrating. I've spent half of my life trying to be like, am I black? Am I not black? Am I black? Am I not black? But now I just, you know, I had that revelation and I was like, look, I know who I am. I know what I am. Screw it. I don't have to be a part of a community. When people are ready, they know where to find me. If they want to hang out with me, fine. If I see a black person and they don't say hi to me, fine. Like, I don't got time for that, man. I don't have time for that. So, you know. But let's kind of tie it back in, guys, with the juicy topic of the day here. We're talking about narcissism in regards to people who, you know, geek community, people like video game geeks. Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to the gamers, it's tough for us, man, because there's this small minority that people think are the majority, you know. And I think, to me, that's why I felt like when I was reading this article in particular, was the fact that it reflects that, like, people will read this and be like, oh yeah, that's how all geeks are, like, you know. And then there are sometimes, or gamers per se, and then, you know, there are gamers like us that are very nice and stuff, but then there are gamers where it's like, oh, if you don't play these type of games, then you're not a gamer. And see, for me, I accept everybody. Like, whatever game you play, you know, if you play mobile games, you're a gamer to me. Like, not who has the money when you first start gaming unless you're blessed, right? I mean, a good decent PC will cost you, like, what? Like, on the lower end, like, I've seen some for like maybe $550, and even then graphically it's not going to be the best per se. But I mean, most people are saying now, if you want a decent gaming PC, you gotta spend $1,000. And then you're not even talking about the monitors, you're not talking about the other peripherals like your keyboard, your mouse. You have to make sure that everything is comfortable. As you can see, I have big honking hands, you know. Okay, I see what you mean, man. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's just kind of frustrating. You know, there shouldn't be any differentiation between like city folk and like suburban folk. It's really stupid. I mean, this is not the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? I mean, it's just it's really ridiculous. Like when I started, you know, my other show, I have another show called, you guys know it's the Curvy Metalhead Show. I started that because I honestly wanted to show that metalheads could be positive. Because a lot of times when metalheads or people that are in alternative subcultures, they think the worst of us. And that's the same thing with gamers. Like, people think the worst when it comes to gamers. They think we're these, you know, we're a bunch of D-bags and we're not nice people. And yeah. Oh, and look, I didn't even notice. Gained a level 45, guys. Rocking and a rolling. Alright, I don't even know. Where the heck am I supposed to go up in this B? Okay. Oh, I have to return to the Survivor's Enclave. Okay. I mean, I could grind like this all night long. And I'm not talking about a Slow Jams compilation. But yeah. It's really frustrating, like, I can't tell you. And like sometimes with the gamers too, I get people in here, they're like, oh, you don't have an Xbox One, you know, you don't have a PS4, so therefore you're not a real gamer, get off of Twitch, you know. And I deal with that all the doggone time. It's like, look, there are different types of Twitch people. Me, I do a lot of retro stuff, I do a little bit of everything, you know. I try to focus on multiculturalism, you know. It's very important to me to make sure that people of color and all of us here on Twitch, you know, we feel inclusive. But overall, my life mission is this. And I tell you guys, it's not an easy thing. You know, it's not like a lot of times guys come in here and they say I'm an angry feminist and all this other stuff. And I'm like, guys, look up the definition of feminism. You know, are there some feminists that bash men all day long? Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna sit here and lie, yeah. But I'm not that type of girl. Like, the reason why I sometimes use the term feminist is because I believe, you know, in that equality, that men go through the same thing that women do, and women also need to be acknowledged as part of this community, especially the gaming community. We're not all here to have push-up bras on and be like, oh my gosh. Like, some of us are very intellectual people. And even some of those girls, you'd be surprised, the ones that look all bikini body ready, a lot of them can be really smart. Because it takes, like I always tell people, it's very smart to put on a persona or having like an alter ego. You know, there's a lot of development that goes into that. Whoa, guys, we got a cutscene here, man. No, my other channel is not Twitch related. It's actually on YouTube. I'll put the link here so you guys can check it out and give me your opinions here. It's youtube.com/user, pardon me, /Blasian I'll put this over here. So that's the other side of me, like the stuff you're hearing today. You get a lot of like rock, metal, hip hop, world music stuff from time to time. I also kind of give retrospective on just multiculturalism. I talk about stuff like interracial relationships, stuff like that. And people hate it though on Twitch when you talk about relationships. It's really funny. Like I've literally had guys come in here and be like, "Why are you talking about this?" Or "Play the game. Why are you talking about makeup?" Look, I talk about skincare stuff. I talk a little bit of everything because you know the type of person I am. I want everybody to be at their best, to feel good, to look good. And let me tell you, my friends, I'm no supermodel. I admit that. But here's the funny thing. My friends come to me all the time and they wonder. They're like, "Whoa, all these guys are talking to you. You're really cool. You're not a whore. You're not doing all that. Why are all these guys talking to you?" Because you know why? I present myself correct. You know, that's why I want to show people that. And you know, we all have our down day. Like, look, guys, today is a down day. This is like the first time I've really rarely, you know, don't have makeup on except for like my brows and some clear mascara or something. But I always try to bring forth my best presentation. And ladies, that's how guys respect you. And guys, that's how the ladies will respect you. And, you know, we're LGBT friendly. Ladies, that's how the ladies respect you. And the guys, that's how the guys going to respect you. Like, the people to me that have the most power are the people who know what they're working with. And if you know what you're working with, that's all I gotta say about that business right there. But you know, but no, it just cracks me up, you know, when people get mad that I'm trying to be positive. You know, people love like drama and being a dick and stuff like that. I don't have time for that. That's like so stupid. Who has time for that? What the heck? Okay, let's go back here. Yeah, I always do this when I play this game. Alright, so we have to kill the Maidens of Flame. Good old Maidens of Flame. Alright, here we go. No, but guys, I tell you, I could talk about that all day long, but it just really pisses me off. Like, I just don't, you know, we want to be treated right, then we have to stop making stereotypes, you know? We have to stop making those gamer stereotypes. We have to have good hygiene. We have to make sure, you know, that we're presenting ourselves and putting our best, you know, face forward, putting our best personality forward, you know? It just kind of irritates me sometimes when people, you know, try to make the gaming community so extreme. You know, it's like, look, you can play PC games, whatever PC that you have that you can afford. You know, don't go out and over exceed the means. Especially, I tell people this with Twitch. Like, I was starting to do that. I was like, oh my gosh, I need another graphics card. I need to get this. I need to get that. And then by the time I look, now I have 2 keyboards, which is good just in case this one goes. I have another one. But still, it's very bad. Oh, here. Okay, so we got some lore going on here. Yeah, but still, it's very bad, you know, because then you have so much stuff that you're not going to use, and if you don't have people who are into gaming, you're kind of stuck, you know, and it just kind of sucks, you know what I mean? But no, I really appreciated that I see that there are nice people of color, because all I've been dealing with are mean people, and it just, frustrating. It's very, very, very frustrating. But I will say to Raven Honey, if you're still in chat here, you know, you just have to have patience when it comes to Twitch. Like, when I first started, people were like, you're a dumb black girl. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Hashtag winning. And, you know, everybody has different personality. Like, for me, I'm very straightforward. So some people like that, some people don't. That's what, you know, brings a milkshake to the yard. Yep, and it's better than yours. No play. It's always fun to be an a-hole when you add song lyrics to it. It just adds more flavor. Oh, so you are a wizard looking into the PC gaming world. It is an interesting world, man. PC gaming, like that master race thing, people don't joke around with that. You know, there are people who are very, very loyal when it comes to PC gaming, and they take it very seriously. But the thing is, and that's something I've kind of had to learn, is you gotta be humble too, you know? You can't just assume that everybody's gonna have the same PC gaming setup. I've seen, here, I was online, right? Because I like looking this stuff up and checking it out. There was this one guy, right? He had 5 gaming headsets. I mean, it was like a triathlon in his room, okay? I mean, it was ridiculous to me. Like that, I don't know if I could have 5, you know, maybe he was a pro gamer, who knows? But people really are very dedicated. Pardon me, guys. I know I've been gross. I'm like, But, no, people, they take this stuff seriously. And it's like, you know, if you're going to commit yourself to, you know, PC gaming, the first thing I always tell people, research. Find out what type of build, if you want to go to custom route. And here's the other thing. If you buy a pre-built PC, that still also makes you a gamer as well, if that's the terminology you want to use. I get sick and tired of people literally being like, you're not a gamer because you didn't build your PC. That's so stupid. You know? Oh, thank you for reminding me. Here's another FYI to people. Yeah, if you play console too, that also makes you a gamer, because I don't know what, like, some people are like, if you play console, you're not a real gamer, you know. And then when you're a lady gamer, oh my gosh, you are constantly proving your dang self all day long. Oh, I bet you don't know this game. I bet you don't know that game. I bet you don't know this. And it's like, look, I don't have to prove a doggone thing to you. I game, you game, let's talk games. Like, let's introduce each other to new stuff. Like, I'll give you an example of the jerk off something. So I was talking to this one guy, this is when I was in my maybe second year of my undergrad, right? And he was into gaming. I mean, this guy had every system in his room, and I was friends with his other friend. You know how that goes. You know, when you're friends with friends, you want to talk to everybody. You don't want to be that girl, you know? And we started talking about games, and I was kind of naming off the games that I have, because I do a lot of retro gaming, and I love it. And he was just like, oh, you still haven't named off a good quality game. And I was like, what the heck is a good quality game? That's like the fools that always put game of the year for every single highly anticipated release game. Does it mean that it's gonna be awesome? No. You know, I mean, there's even a debate going on right now, guys, between Fallout 4 and the new Witcher game that came out. Which one's better? I mean, it's gonna be subjective according to the individual player. I mean, there are going to be some people who like The Witcher. You know, maybe it's because that's what they started with. Maybe they like how it looks like graphically, things like that. And then there are going to be people who like Fallout 4 because it's a staple for them, you know. But I think sometimes when you make staple games have a very high expectation, then there's always that possibility that you're looking for failure. But the thing that Fallout 4 was blessed with, though, is because they have a loyal fan base, that's why it's doing well. If Fallout 4 did not have a loyal fan base, or if there were not key things that blew that game out of the water, you know, and it goes beyond graphics, guys, because look, Diablo 3 is an example of this. You know, it has nice graphics, but these graphics are not necessarily like Terra, where you look at the sky and you're like, wow, you know. It's all about, to me, storyline mechanics, and also interpersonally, how does the game make you feel? You know, how does the game relate to you? And for me, Diablo, I can relate to the story. It's beautifully done, you know, and those are the things you have to look at. But a lot of times people just, it's very easy in PC gaming, and especially in the geek community, to fall into hype. It's so easy. Because one person will be like, oh my gosh, guys, you gotta try this game out. Oh, really? Man, this game, so sweet. You go, you buy it. And especially, here's the other thing. Games, and for those of you who are non-game people too, It's a heck of an investment. Games are an investment, man. Or PC gaming in general it's an investment. Yeah, I would recommend that, Wizard, and to all of you guys, please start off with a basic, computer that works for you. And then when I mean basic, not saying basic in regards to peripherals, because if you do decide to do Twitch streaming, I'm just going to let you know right off the bat, you will need to increase your internet speed, so that helps to reduce things like, lag and stuff like that. Also check the configuration of the computer, because a lot of times people are going to hype up the storage space. They're going to be like, yeah, this has a 1 or a 4 terabyte hard drive and all this stuff. So you don't want to do that. I'll tell you right now, you want to make sure that you get a tower that has the right peripherals for you. I usually recommend a terabyte hard drive, but I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in my build. And this was a build that my friend did, so I was really grateful for that. I don't even know what the heck, dude. Okay, so I have to find the Tower of Coraline and Flames of Maidens Killed and crap. This is a very intricate map. This is probably one of the most difficult maps I've seen in this game so far, because I've been running around in a circle. But yeah, I would say start off with a pre-built computer too, because then you start to kind of learn the components, and then eventually you can custom build one if you have the skill set to do it, or you can even learn too. That's what I always tell people. Take the time to learn stuff. It's amazing what you can do. I think sometimes people don't give themselves credit, And for me, I have a friend that he does build, so eventually I'll probably partner up with him, get some parts, and do a build, myself, and learn how to do it. I think it would be a lot of fun to be able to do that. Mighty blow. But I mean, a lot of times I tell people this, like, don't limit yourself, and it's okay to start, small, and then you kind of expand. But don't get too horrendous. There are some people, they blow like $5,000 and, they end up not liking PC gaming, and, they're wasting money. Ooh, okay, this is a legendary item. Okay, I have to get rid of some crap. Okay, let's look at inventory here. Okay, the durability on my items is really good, yo. Okay, so I don't need this crap. Let's get those boots. Let's see. I wonder what this is. Let's see what I got. Ooh, these are legendary boots. Yeah, we're gonna use. Yeah. What do you mean you can't equip on? This is so stupid. Sweet. Okay, you identified it. I was like, took long enough, but yeah, I'm looking pretty ripped up in here. I can't carry anymore. Well, no duh. But no, it's just kind of irritating to me that people have these ridiculous like expectations of what you're supposed to be. Yay! I got swag, yeah. No, I'm kidding. I am so stupid. But I hope you guys had a great holiday though. Man, people are spending coin, man. Like my mom went shopping too, and it was funny. She said she couldn't find anything. And I was just like, yeah, man, that's crazy. It's like, I wonder where people have the money from to do all this crap. I'm like, like what? I mean, some people, yeah, they save for this time, but there's just some people who have money, and it just blows my mind. And here's the thing, if you have money, please make sure to train your kids properly, because I'm sick of dealing with some of these spoiled brats too. And this is not to say that all people with money are, dicks. But some of you guys, like, please train your kids to be humble. And then don't complain when your kid turns out to be a D-bag because they never got proper discipline from, I don't know, you. So, so important. So we got to the Tower of Coraline. The Tower of Coraline is quite massive. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got a cutscene here.
My master has begun his work on the stone. Nothing.
Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry for yawning. I had a long day, and then I have to get up in the morning again. Stupid. But at least I'll be home mid-afternoon, so I can do more streaming. But I'll probably work out first, because I haven't worked out in like 2-3 days, which is never a good thing. Because I'm trying to stay sexy for you guys. I'm not trying to get, you know, ugly, and then you guys won't, like, unfollow me or something. I'm kidding. JK! But no, I appreciate you guys being here. We're just, whoa, jeez. Man, Urzel is not playing. Let me, like, get that healing back up here. Whoa, he's a tough boss. Alright, there we go. Wait, oh, I forgot I had this. Okay, this will go a lot faster now. Whoa. I can't wait to, like I said before, Tree of Savior coming out is gonna be awesome. I'm totally looking forward to that. Whoa. And discussion has been great, guys. I appreciate you guys being classy today. Well, the exception it was one person, but that was okay. He was being kinky, and you know, I like being kinky too sometimes, so it's all good. I'm kidding. That's like that evil Narcissists laugh that you see in anime. It's great. Okay, brutal seal.
I can't carry anymore.
Man, my I just need to sell crap. See, I wish I was playing like in Van Helsing where you just highlight everything and then Lady Katarina's like, I'll be back, and then she goes shops it and she's like, oh, here's your money, and I'm like, yes. All right, go head out, my friend. Go have a life. I don't have a life. I appreciate you being here. I'm kidding. Thanks for watching. Bye, Wizard. The Wizard 410, man. 410. He's been with me since day one. Wonderful guy. Yeah, amazing. If he ever starts to stream, he has my support. I'll make sure check him out. So appreciate you being here, man. I always look forward to talking to you. Yeah, I know. I should be getting tired too, but man, I have this weird energy thing. I honestly think sometimes I'm a vampire because I should not be this hyper. It's like 1:30 in the morning. It's like ridiculous. All right, let's see here. Do I need... Huh. Oh. I have something even stronger here. Sweet. Okay. And let me put a jewel in there. So it's bound to that. Okay. Oh, I got some new shoulders too. I didn't even notice that. Okay. And okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, so I have a new ring. See here. Oh, it has an actual jewel. Okay, that's cool. Oh, you got a stream. Okay, hey, we got 5 people in the building. Hey, for those of you who don't know who I am Quita, aka Blasian Quita. I will tell you guys how I how I'm called Blasian Quita, why that happens. Oh, dude, go to bed, fool. No, I appreciate you being here, but yeah, you really need to go to bed. I am so grateful that you spent that much time with me today. It means a lot, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, you need to get your sleep. You need to get sleep. Guys, get your sleep. You can watch me. I love it. I appreciate it. But make sure you're healthy too. Because trust me, I will be heading off in like the next hour here or so myself. Because like I just want to make sure to come on and check out you guys too. Okay, so Wizard 410, he has a stream, so make sure, guys, go check him out. You can post the link in here, man. I don't care. I'm not bougie like that. So, yeah, go check him out. I always will support streamers, period. You know, you guys do something, you know, you have my support, because I know how that's like. All right, so is that oh, that's a legendary item. Can I... Ooh, that dark light... I do like that two-handed sword, though. That's pretty sweet. But I'm going to try this dark light. Oh, and I can put up a shield, so I'm going to try that legendary shield. Legendary. There we go. Check that out. Okay, so let's talk to this fool here.
I will bring an end to conflict.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Peace.
Wait a minute, is there another shield here? What the heck? Oh, okay, I got that too. Sweet. Okay. Oh, so I have to return to the survivor entrance here. Can I go this way? Nope, that's a cowbell. No, I'm playing. Alright, let's get that healing well there. Let's keep rolling here. Yeah, you know, I should do a schedule, but here's the thing. It's really hard for me to do a schedule. You know why? It's because I have, with the work that I do, the job that I do, my hours are like all over the doggone place. So if I were to do a set schedule, it would not be fair to you guys, because then let's say I don't come on and then it's like, you know, that's not fair. So what I try to do is, if you do follow me, which I always am grateful and I appreciate, make sure that you keep this. There's a little tab that says let me know when this broadcaster is live. That's what I'm doing now, just because it's really hard. I say every other day for like my semi kind of schedule, because there are times where I may not come on, excuse me, and it's because I'm like super tired, or you know, something called life. But I always do try. But yeah, schedule, having a set schedule does, you know, for what they say, it does build your fan base. Okay, so what the heck is going on here? Why can I get out of this freaking place? Let's see here. Okay, maybe I need to teleport. Let's see here. Okay. Or do I go down here? Or is it over here? Huh. Wait. I was thinking, I'm like, where the heck do I go here? This has been my entire week. It's like figuring out where the heck do I go. Okay, so here's a bell. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, nope. See here, nope. See here. Nope. Okay, I think I need to probably transport back to town here.
I am returning to town.
Yeah, I see that you are returning to town. Okay. Oh, well. That's all we needed to do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really hard. Like I tell people, I don't know how the heck some Twitch streamers can keep a like continuity with their schedule. But then I always also notice the correlation that some of these Twitch streamers like, well, do this full time, or they have a job that gives them more hours, or gives, well, they have a job that's flexible so they can, you know, do Twitch, you know, balancing that. And I mean, if you do it full time, of course you're gonna have a set schedule. But like when you're, you know, some of us are, you know, working professionals. You know, and this is not to say people who do Twitch first, you know, full time are not working professionals. But if you have a job that is, you know, one that has crazy hours per se, it's kind of hard to make a set schedule. It really is. Well, okay, I already have a shield, so I don't need that crap. Alright, let's, where are we here? Let's go over here. See what this fool wants. Oh, that's Miriam.
I know how to find Malcolm.
Been a while.
You will not like what I have to tell you.
What is it?
Man, everybody else is quiet. What happened to Raven Honey? She was really cool. And also check out her stream, guys, too. I'm actually gonna and also Wizard too. I will post both of the links in your chat here. Oh, she is the lady gamer here, which I appreciate. Another fellow lady gamer, and she streams Diablo 3, guys. So make sure to check her out. I'm following her right now. It's at twitch.tv/ravenhoney, and really appreciate her for coming in and giving love. And I did, you have to slide the tab that says notify me when this broadcaster goes live. So when she goes live, I'm going to be giving her love as well. And that's what Twitch is about, guys, is help, you know, you're helping each other and you meet people with like interests, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. Yeah, I will definitely have to check her out because she hosted me and that meant a lot. So that is the link too. And I will also post it in my YouTube channel too, youtube.com/user SINTV now. And then let me check out the wizard here, because you said you had a stream as well, which is always appreciated. Okay. Oh, I see here you do FIFA and stuff. That's interesting. Okay. So I will follow because you are awesome like that. And yeah, check out the Wizard 410. Really appreciate that support. I really, really do. It's very nice. Every time he comes in here, gives me respect, which I always appreciate. That is his link right there. So I have both of those, and I will include those. So if you are a streamer too, you know, I'm not gonna be a bitch like that. I will I will include you so people can know about you and spread the love, which is always a good thing. Always appreciate that. Oh, well, went to the wrong place, which is normal for me. Whoa, look at this mysterious guy here. Let's talk to this fool over there. So while that conversation is going on here, guys, I got one more story for you here, and this is coming from 2p.com. And what's interesting about this site, guys, is they cover both MMORPGs as well as mobile and browser, because I think a lot of times people kind of, you know, there's that stereotype too with some, you know, people in the gaming community too that like mobile gaming's not gaming. That's so stupid. I feel like any platform that allows us to game is game, no pun intended, in my book. So yeah, 2p.com. I was so excited, guys, about this story. Trigger of Revolution launches worldwide, which is also known as Train Crasher. So today, and this was, let me get the date here, if the date's even on here. So it says, today Softmax announced that its self-developed action mobile game Train Crasher, The Trigger of Revolution, is downloadable globally on Android and iOS. So they love us iPhone users. So glad about that. After the successful launch in Canada, because Canada is awesome. Shout outs to my Canadian audience. And I interview a lot of Canadian metal bands. Like, Canadian metal bands love me. Oh, so grateful for that. I have to do some scheduling too for 2 bands that I'm gonna have on my other show, which is pretty cool. So November, that's when they launched it in Canada. Train Crasher, The Trigger of Revolution, finally launches in 126 countries via Apple Store and 107 countries via Google Play Stone. Guys, this game is really sweet. It's like a action, you know, MMO. Well, pardon me, it's like an action RPG. So it's an action like mobile game, and it's a beat 'em up. Pardon me, clarify that it's a beat 'em up. And it has side-scrolling elements too, so it is pretty sweet. I'm so excited, guys. I have been wanting to play this game. I would love to review it for the stream, but you... Okay, so if you want to play like your mobile games, like for doing reviews and stuff, for like making YouTube videos, you actually have to get this special type of adapter to use. And the one, because I have an iPhone... The one that's for iPhone is way too doggone expensive, and it's ridiculous. So I may in the future save up for it and get it, because I would love to play some mobile stuff for you guys. So let's go to these stupid overgrown ruins. No. Cutscene! I always like a good cutscene.
Now the people of Westmarch
that is a
begin
sexy
to rebuild their
cutscene.
city and their lives. Lorath and I depart.
I think this is what's keeping my weight down, guys, is water. I swear I go through one of these in like
but more importantly,
pretty much a day. Like, it's insane what I go through.
And she
water-wise,
will
and then I started lifting weights that get the muscles, get them all nice toned and sexified. Sexified! No, no. Oh my gosh.
We hid the black soul stone in the
Guys, I
deepest part
appreciate
of
you
the
guys
Nephilim
being
ruins.
here. It really means a lot to me, and you know,
Malthael found it all the same.
the support and love you guys have been giving me. Like, I mean, I got people out here, you know, admiring me here, you know, telling me that I really make their day, and I mean, no words can describe that kind of love and that kind of respect, and that's something I truly believe in, you know, is reciprocating that. I think it's very important to reciprocate respect, you know. I sound like a Klingon. That's such Klingon mentality. Respect and honor. Oh my gosh. To go to Tovokor. No, I love Klingon culture though. I think that is cool.
This
like,
is
you
the
know,
entrance to the tomb.
having respect for
Someone's
things that are
collapsed.
admirable, and
Adria.
it's a very
Looks like
interesting
we'll have to
culture. I
find
love the
another way into
Bajorans
the
and the
ruins.
Betazoids as
What was
well.
that?
I love Vulcans too. Vulcans are sweet. Oh, we have a new enemy here. It is a Boggett. And I think tomorrow too, like when I get home too, I gotta play some games too, and talk to my friends on Royal Storm gaming community. They are really awesome. If you want to join, guys, mature gaming community, really respectful gaming community too. I would definitely say check out Royal Storm. They are super nice, and I love them. They're like a family.
One entrance to the
They are really a family to me, and I swear, it's like I always feel like I'm gonna
The
cry.
guard stones are useless to most.
But no, they're
Reveal
so
the correct
amazing,
path
guys.
to
I
a
can't even
Nephilim such
tell
as
you.
yourself.
And look at the scenery for this game, guys. So beautiful in here. Alright, so let's go to the Blood Marsh. Ha ha ha. Really classy. Okay, so we have that away point, which is good. So we have to search for the Nephilim guide stone in the Blood
Remember to get the
Marsh.
information we need
So that's gonna
before
take a
you
while because it's a big map. They have all these gross little boggins and stuff. Mighty Blow, always a good thing. Get that massacre. But see, this is the thing I have an issue with Diablo 3 though, is that just the amount of time it takes to reset your skills is a pain in the butt. It's like, what the heck, man? It's ridiculous. And I appreciate all of you that have been here. Very, very grateful. And I am so sorry, guys, for the lag today. I don't know what's going on. There is a lot of laggage going on today. And sorry for me, I'm like itching my armpit, being really classy, right? No, I'm just... You know how you just get itchy sometimes? Yeah, that's what's happening to me today. It's ridiculous.
Nothing happens when I approach it.
Oh, we got that first stone. Sweet.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city. Each one
Okay,
ends
so
with
the
a
wave
symbol.
patches,
Only the correct
the wave
one marks
patches,
the true entrance
wave
to the
passage has been
When
eliminated.
you activate
And
this
I'm
stone,
also considering
the
buying some
messages
stuff too,
disappear.
guys, from the Steam sale. I was looking into that, I was considering that. I was like, what the heck am I going to buy? I may get the Killer, I think it's Killer is Dead, I think. Yeah, the Nightmare Edition. That game looks sweet. Anything with ninjas and just awesome, badass stuff, I am always interested into that. Alright, so let me tell you guys a story, because I always like sharing stories about myself with you guys, 'cause like I said, you guys are like my family. So, this is how I got the name Malaysian Quita. So one day I was hanging out with my friends, and of course those of you know, shout out to my Asian brothers and sisters. Love you guys. So I was hanging out with my awesome, Asian crew, and what ended up happening is one day someone's like, "Oh my gosh, you act like you're Malaysian," and I was like, "What the heck is a Malaysian?" I thought this was a mystical jackalope of an animal or something. No, I'm kidding. So I just decided, I said, you know what? I gotta find out what a Malaysian is, because I had no idea this terminology. So I come to find out that a person of Malaysian descent is someone who is half black, half Asian. And I really like that, because like a lot of times I jokingly would describe myself that way. because I never, it's been tough to get along with my own community. I mean, I'm appreciating now that I'm meeting, you know, people of color who accept me for who I am, and I'm starting to have faith in my community a little bit more. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes, because then I have some, you know, some people in my community that, you know, they don't give me the time of day because they say I'm different, you know, and I'm sure many of you guys can relate to that too. It's really frustrating. So what ended up happening for me though is I just said, you know what, I'm gonna use this Malaysian term because like it just kind of describes me a little bit, you know, well, on the inside. So yeah, so that's how Malaysian Quita, you know, came about, because of those of you who know my, you know, first name is Quita. So I just decided to put the two together and stuck. People really like it, so I was like, I like it too. And I say AKA because like when I first started, I did use my name, well, I would say the put together name, of course, Malaysian Quita, and then eventually I was like, you know what, no, some people may want to like be like, oh well, who are you, you know, because a lot of times people are like, what does Malaysian Quita mean? So then that's when I started using my first name, just Quita, and then I would say Quita AKA Malaysian Quita, because like I just feel it's a part of who I am, and you know, yeah, it's such a cool name though. I really enjoy it. So I was like, yeah, I like Malaysian Quita. It's cool. And now the other nickname people use for me too is Sin, because of Sin TV. And then also too, here on Diablo 3, I have another name, which is Carlasa. So I have many names. I have many names, of course. So let's get that tower down. Boom shakalaka. Alright, so we need to use the guide stones to find the passage of Corvus. Whoa! Those enemies came out of nowhere. I was not prepared for that mess. Alright, let's see here. What the heck is this? Okay, sweet. We got a lot of good swag. Swag, swag, swag. It's some good stuff, my friends. Let's take a look here. My skin must be really dry today because I am like super itchy. Like, what the heck? Alright. Let me get through this part here, guys. Let me take a look here. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't even be yawning like that. It's embarrassing. Pardon me here. Getting things in my eye. This gaming is so intense. I'm sweating, guys. Yes! Level 46, guys.
Not yet.
And then we got another consecration room and shattered ground, which is always a good thing. Whoa! Where did I was not expecting that. Okay. Let's see, what is this here? Oh. Alright, let me see here. Huh. Okay, let's see here. I don't know what this is. Okay. Make sure. See, one thing about this game is you want to cover as much ground as possible. I didn't even know I got to level 56 that quickly. My gosh, this is insane. There we go. Oh, I got a blessing received, so my attack speed is 25 up, which is always a good thing, my friends. Let me tell you. Okay. But also too, guys, another thing that I've been doing is I have been checking out a lot of MMO RPG documentaries too, and kind of understanding the gaming world, like what I was talking about before with, you know, being narcissistic and stuff like that. That's often a common stereotypical trait too. And guys, you can chime into this conversation too. It's not just me talking about it too, because I'm gonna have different opinions than maybe for those of you who are a little bit more experienced. Because like what got me back into MMOs too was the fact that I was just like, you know, I want to know what all the hype was about too, because like everybody was making such a big like deal out of, you know, PC gaming, and I was like, what? You know, I didn't realize how big it was, you know, because I mean, I knew what stuff like esports and stuff like that, but once I kind of started watching, I watched the documentary on esports. I mean, this is, PC gaming is a phenomenon. I mean, we got people in like full-blown stadiums, you know, and they don't mess around. Like, they take this stuff very seriously. So that's when I talked to my friend and I was like, you know, I want to start gaming. I didn't really consider streaming at first, because I was like, oh, well, I'll stream without like a webcam, because that's like how most people start off, is you stream with without a webcam, you know. And I was kind of reading into, you know, how people are like, you know, you shouldn't use a webcam, you know, especially if you're a lady and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what, no, that's stupid. I am going to use, you know, a webcam, and I want to represent for, you know, the big ladies as well, because I cannot tell you, yes, that was good. But yeah, I cannot tell you how sad that is to me that, you know, some lady gamers, you know, they don't want to put themselves out there. And look, I'm telling you, ladies and guys too, because, you know, one thing that is important to note too is that, you know, harassment happens, you know, gamer harassment happens to women as well as men. It's a two-way street. But one thing I wanted to do was, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put myself out there. I want people to know that this is, you know, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You can be, there's nothing wrong, you know, being a juicy person like myself, purplelicious and all that, and you game. And there's nothing wrong being a person of color and you game. Like, it was just, I don't try to put limitations on myself. It's so important. Alright, let's go to this stupid cave. Or can we go to this stupid cave? Oh no, I gotta finish off these maggots or whatever the heck, this maggot food or something like that. Or, that's just disgusting. Alright, can we go now? Alright, there we go. Can we go now? Can we go now? Oh my gosh, I can't even. It's ridiculous.
Not ready yet.
Alright, we have a flesh door, so that is a new enemy here.
How much Adria relied on Diablo's power instead of her own.
Spirit totem.
These flesh gorges are raised from earth.
Ooh, this seems like a deeper map in here, guys. That's what I'm thinking. This is gonna be, the maps just keep getting bigger and bigger with every chapter here, or every act, if you want to call it that too. Let's take a look at that over there. Man, these things are not playing around. Like, they want to finish me off. That's for dang sure. Oh, I have that little cool protective warp thing. That's cool. And I'm sorry, guys, for the lag. I just think it's just a lot of people playing all simultaneously. I think maybe, but yeah, there's been a lot of lag. But the thing I'm grateful for though is my frame rate has been consistent, because yesterday, as you know, I was playing Scarlet Blade, and for some reason when I play that game, my frame rate is all over the dog, like the doggone space. Oh, now I'm glad I reminded myself this, guys. So there's another game for you that I've done in the past. Pardon me for burping. There's this game called Grandio Espada. It's really graphically beautiful. It won, you know, a pretty decent amount of awards. But what ended up happening to it, guys, was the fact that I had like something in my eye. It was weird. For some reason, for me, I downloaded the game, everything was working fine, and I was gonna play it for you guys because I just like trying, you know, different things, or, you know, just new stuff or whatever. and I have Devilian, so I downloaded that too. But for some strange reason, Grandio Espada crashed on me and would not open. So now I have to sit down and re-download, you know, the whole doggone game again, and to play it for you guys. Wow, this just, oh, I was totally clicking the wrong thing. I was so stupid. Alright, here we go. Just clearinghouse, taking names. Taking names. Wow, these monsters are... See, that's why I like a good ARPG. You know, after having a stressful day and dealing with... And you know what sucks, guys, is that I have to see this doggone prudish lady again tomorrow. I am not looking forward to that. But at least I'm glad that people, you know... Like, people... Well, the rest of the day, people were really nice to me. So I was really glad about that. But at least I'm glad to know that, you know, people have my back where I work, which is really nice to have that support. I cannot tell you how important support at work is. I cannot tell you that. It's so important. Mighty blow. Huzzah.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Not ready yet. Alright, here we go. Alright, there we go. And I was thinking about too, guys, to get StarCraft as well. So like I was saying earlier, I will download Grandio Espada to play that for you guys. So I'll download that tonight. And if you guys have any suggestions for games that I'll play, you can leave it in the chat, or you can send me a message too. And I'll check it out. If my computer can handle it, I'll play it. I mean, you know, it's worth a try. It's worth a try. So... As they say, don't knock it till you try it, right? It's always a good thing. Alright, let's see here. Huh. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover all bases of the map here.
Patience.
Go.
Marches on.
Whoa! That totally caught me off guard too. You think I would get used to this by now, but you know, it just doesn't work that way. It's too easy.
Patience.
Man, this is a longer dungeon here. What the heck?
Not ready yet.
Here. Spirit totems here. Man, this is a long one, guys. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
There's a lot of craziness going on. Here. I think we're getting warmer. That's what I'm thinking too. Woo! See here, what the heck is this? Oh, we found it, the runes of Corvus. Even though it didn't highlight, I was just like,
wait here, Laura.
okay.
You can join me when it's finished.
Huh. Okay, so we found the runes of Corvus. Alright, let's see all this tomfoolery mess here. Alright, so we have to find the entrance to the Great Hall. And I have a feeling this is going to be a long way to get there, darling. But no, I've been feeling great though. I mean, my health has improved. Like, I was having trouble with sleeping and stuff. I sleep fine now. The only thing I have to kind of train myself not to do though is I can't sleep sometimes without a visor. Like, I have one of those eye mask visors. Cause I just hate it. You know when the sunlight gets in your face? I hate that. So it just helps me to sleep, and now I'm so used to it that I'm like, what will happen if I don't have it? So I'm like training myself like off of it, which is hilarious. Alright, see here. And I'll probably do some more multiplayer so I can gain some levels. So we're on the journey here to level 70, of course. Alright, here we go. Take a look over here. There we go. Get some more experience That's like one of my favorite things to do. There we go. Boom shakalaka. And I'm still learning my way around OBS too. I have to learn how to adjust the volumes and stuff. So I've kind of been honestly tweaking around that too. Let's see here. Whoa. Oh, now I'm starting to get tired. There we go. Whoa, 48. I beat my own record. Heck yeah. Or pardon me. Heck yeah. No, okay. JK, guys. JK. Man, this is a lot of enemies to fight up in here. Whew. I can feel my hand. Alright, so I got one more story to share with you guys here. And this is coming from a show. So this is what happened, guys. So I decided to listen to podcasts, and then if they're focused on like gaming or geekery stuff, then I wanted to also share it with you, or just something sometimes that would be interesting and engaging. So there is this podcast, and you can go to pc.kindofabigdealgaming.com, and it's called the Precursor Podcast. And this is a podcast, and this is like my podcast critic side coming out, right? That's focused on Guild Wars 2. And they just, I mean, it's a new podcast. They just started it not too long ago. Their first episode was on November 19th of this year. And they're already up to episode 7. And this is what I like about them. So there's Tess, there's Matildis, and Boom. And they have a guild too, which I would love to join for Guild Wars 2, because I just can't find people who play the game. It's kind of, there's so many people who play it, but there's not many guilds, you know. So I really want to join their guild, because they're just a lot of fun in this podcast, guys. They're really easy to talk to, you know, like, well, pardon me, not me talking to them, but they seem really easy to talk to. Like when you're listening to the show, it's a very, you know, casual, very laid back. They are very like friendly to each other and nice to each other, but they do a really good job explaining Guild Wars 2, and they do it in a way that's like common sense, because a lot of times people won't get into gaming, or some people won't get into gaming because it's just so complicated. People have these very, you know, high expectations and notions and stuff, and it's just like, you know, if you're just learning, you know, about Guild Wars 2, or, you know, if you're looking for a casual way to, but still a very intellectual way of looking at it, the Precursor Cast is a great podcast for that. So it definitely has my support. They're very funny too, and they have a really good sense of humor. And it's a really, really good podcast too if you're interested in Guild Wars 2. I definitely highly recommend you listen to it. Alright, here. Let's get all hulked up here. Do this. Oh, I got a blessing here. Sweet. Alright, here, let's see here. Go this way.
Not ready yet.
These enemies defy all reason.
Alright. Whoa, that totally destroyed me. I was not prepared for that. Get my HP here. Get out of this area. Oh. I was like kind of stuck here. I was like, what the heck? Alright, let's go up here.
Crusade marches on.
There we go.
Not ready yet.
Check that out. Sorry guys for being kind of quiet. I'm like trying to concentrate here, getting through this mess. This is a lot of mess here. Alright, clear some more space here. Whoa! Wait, let me check here. The spirit totem, we want to knock that out. Alright, nope, it's not over there. Oh, there we go.
Not ready yet.
There we go. Yeah, see, I like that. Mighty blow. Man, there's a lot of chaos going on here, guys. No pun intended. There we go. Yeah, I tell you guys, this move is everything. Like, it's called the Carrot's Champion. So it helps you to have this kind of enhanced fury for quite some time. It's pretty sweet. Man, it's like, when will this end? This is so ridiculous.
Not yet.
Here. Man, this is a long way. It's like, what the heck? Alright, let's see what's going on here. Man, this stuff followed me all the way. That's ridiculous. See here. Oh, that's a nice chest. Whoa! That's a new enemy, I think? No, it's not. The Bayarara or whatever. Here. Sometimes I just like to rack up a whole bunch of enemies like this so my experience goes. Whoa! See, I keep beating my own records today. Wow, I am just a boss today, man. I'm going ham. I'm going ham. But yeah, guys, definitely check out Precursor Podcast. You can listen to it on iTunes. Just look for Precursor the Precursor Cast for the lovers of Guild Wars 2. There are 7 episodes so far, and I have to say it is pretty decent. Not gonna lie.
Not too quickly, of course.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. So I appreciate you guys watching and everything like that. It's so early, it's like 2 in the morning. It's ridiculous. Well, 2 a.m. for me. I know everybody's on like different time zones, which is always awesome. Right, here, okay, I think I'm gonna stop here, guys, because like I'm just tired and I'm like talking gibberish and stuff. But okay, so before I go, like I always do, let's do some food for thought, where I just summarize, you know, and give you something to think about. So today we're talking all about narcissism and this study that was done by University of Georgia, and of course it was called Star Wars fans and video game geeks more likely to be narcissists, pardon me, the study finds. So here's the thing. Okay, let's go back to that definition. A narcissist is a person, it's a noun, a person who is overly self-involved and often vain and selfish. Here's the thing I think sometimes people don't understand is that selfishness doesn't necessarily mean that you are a narcissist. Selfishness can maybe come from the way you were treated and you're trying to protect yourself. Selfishness sometimes can come from you trying to learn something without being influenced by others. And here's the thing, this article that came out in this study, that's the key thing I want people to focus on, is that you don't want to be influenced by it. If you're a geek, don't get upset about it. This is not going to be the first nor the last time something like this is going to come out, but this gives our community and many other communities an opportunity to have an open and honest and logical and, you know, realistic overall realistic discussions about things that need to pardon me here, that need to improve in our community. We need to stop with the ageism. There's nothing wrong being a mature gamer or being someone that's older, you know, and going to a convention. A lot of times when I talk to the older people, I tend to enjoy them sometimes, and the people that are in my age range and younger, because they paved the way for us to have a geek community. And there are many people who have paid their dues regardless of age to make sure that we have this freedom of expression to geekery, point blank, period. The other thing to note, like what I mentioned before, is that when it comes to the geek community, there's no such thing as the definition of a geek. Everybody has certain geekery they're going to be in. And heck, some people don't even like using the term geek. Some people just are who they are, and you have to accept it like that. Now, for those of you who are going to start a club or an organization, just think about, okay, if you're trying to build a community, you want to be a generalist. You want to cover as many different scopes of geekery as you can. So if you do an anime club, maybe you want to cover some of the popular shows that maybe people may recognize, but at the same time, you can introduce them to newer shows that they may have not been familiar with. But don't pick shows that will make it awkward for them, because for some people, when you're just starting an anime, it can be very overwhelming. And then even when you're starting into the geek community, it can be very, overwhelming as well. So at the end of the day, be yourself. Don't apologize for being yourself. If you're a geek, be proud of being a geek, okay? If you play, Dungeons and Dragons, or, Magic the Gathering, you play, you do PC gaming, or whatever you may do, just be aware that there are going to be some people who are going to think that you're weird for doing that, or they may think you're a freak, And I forgot, there was this one transgender activist, and she was on I Am Kate. I forgot her name now, but she said this, like, people will see you as a freak. This is just me paraphrasing, but people will see you as a freak. And then Caitlyn responds to that by, saying something, paraphrasing here, saying something similar to the degree of, well, we're trying to make this something that's normal. And then she responds with, but people are going to see you as a freak. So that's the thing. So for some people, you can't, and this is the other thing, I see this in relationships all the time too, with some relationships, is that you cannot take the geek out of someone. There are just some people that being a geek or nerd or having these passions and interests, it's interwoven into them. It's a part of their lifestyle. And if you are going to go out with someone like that, or if you're going to be friends with someone like that, be aware that those type of conversations may come up. And consider it a learning opportunity. And that's how I started kind of learning about these games and stuff. Like, I never would play a game like Diablo 3 until I met a friend of mine who was really passionate about it. And then I bought the game. And then on top of that, I ended up getting the Reaper of Souls expansion. And it was due to the fact that he was like, oh no, it adds this. It makes it a little more melancholy. It does a little bit of this. So it's so important, guys, to get different types of opinion, and then you come to your own conclusion, but kind of tying it back to that Kate moment between Kate and this particular transgender activist is that, yeah, sometimes in our community, we're going to be seen as freaks. We're going to be seen as weirdos to people who don't understand, but take it to be a time for you to educate that. And even if they still think you're a freak or something, or they think it's weird, just think of it. It opened up a conversation. And this is the reason why the geek community now is becoming something that's normal, and it's becoming something that's okay. But we can, on top of that, we still cannot ignore the discussion that there are still isms and tropes and other issues that we have to deal with, but we have to do it respectfully. Like I always tell people, PC gaming is not better than console gaming. It's just different methods of how you approach gaming, and sometimes if a game has good graphics, if the storyline is bad, that doesn't mean that it's going to be game of the year. And just because something is game of the year, that doesn't mean you have to buy it. And that's the same thing. It's like when it comes to the geek community, there's so much diversity. And there's so many discussions that are being bypassed because of all these, generalizations and stereotypes that are out there. But it's our responsibility as people who are Twitch streamers, as people who enjoy games, as people who enjoy whatever type of geekery or whatever you're interested in. Just like I said before, be aware that people from the outside looking in may not understand it, but do not allow those negative isms and tropes and other things to define who you are. You keep geeking out, you keep nerding out. I'm gonna love anime till the day I die. I'm gonna love playing these games till the day I die, and it's because it is a part of me and who I am. And if you don't, wave your geek flag or whatever, and some people are not as boisterous as I am, and I respect that, but don't allow people to change who you are, because I spent a good portion of my life being something that I was not, and there are many times where I mean, you go through things because it's a learning purpose and it helps you to get stronger. But dang it, there are some times where I'm like, why did I listen to other people? I could have had more fun being me. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for coming into the stream. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at SINTVNow and youtube.com/user/SINTVNow. You can also check out, if you like rock and all this other cool stuff, see the more edgy rock side of me besides my geeky side, youtube.com/user/BelationQuita. I love each and every one of you guys because you guys invest in this program, this stream. Thank you. I am very grateful, like I always say. And thanks to the one viewer who's still checking me out. I really appreciate it. Thanks once again, Wizard410, everybody who came in this room, Raven Honey, Shut the F Pill or whatever. Thank you. C3 Pori. Thank you. I really appreciate that you guys all came in. Everybody who came in, everybody that's watching, it means a lot to me. I probably will either pick off with D3 again or Grandio Espada or Orangiri. I'll see what mood I'm in, because you know how sometimes you gotta play a game when you're in a certain type of mood. So like I always say, my friends, remember to get smart and stay informed. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you guys soon.